What's going on, everyone? Welcome to another edition of the Rob Duran Podcast. What's going on, fellas?
Yeah.
What's good? What's good?
Not much. What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? You're
Yeah, man. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in to another episode. I think this is three in like a span of a few days. So we're on a roll right now, fellas. We're killing it. Other teams that are killing it, though. I mean, we're going right into the NBA. That's the big game. The NBA finals begin on Thursday. Let's start right there, guys. What's going on with that?
well, we have the Celtics and the Mavericks playing each other. Exciting series. I think we just found out that Porzingis is gonna play game one,
Big.
and that changes everything. Like that changes what I thought was gonna happen. So I guess I'll start off. I had the Mavericks winning and probably at least 6 games. Would like to see game seven just because I like game sevens and NBA finals. Who wouldn't, right? Um, yeah, so Porzingis is playing, so that's gonna change up a lot of the matchups. If it's gonna free up, Jalen Brown and Tatum, and Porzingis is gonna probably make it more difficult for Luka and Irving to score. I had the Mavericks winning, but now with Porzingis back, I don't know actually. I'm scared because they could all go for 25 plus. Um, and he's pretty good defensively, and he can score. So I don't know. It's exciting. I think I'm still go with the Mavericks. I want to see the Mavericks when I hate everything Boston. Sorry guys. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna go with the Mavericks. I hope to see Luka score 35, 10 and 10, and Kyrie score another 30, like 5 and 5 or something like that.
Yeah, that's a good one, man. Yeah, Porzingis being there is definitely a game changer, and I think we spoke about this a couple episodes ago, where Porzingis kind of he's that shift in the balance, and having him back, like you said, Hasio, he could drop 25, but he's also a presence defensively, especially for people like Kyrie who like to drive down the ball, and Luca who can kind of play everywhere. And Porzingis, assuming he's 100% healthy or as close to 100% as possible, how many minutes is he able to give the Celtics? Is he going to be able to go his regular minutes? That also makes a difference because then you're going to have to allot when you play him, when you don't. Try to get him in there during crunch time minutes at the end of games and stuff like that. But my pick all along was going to be the Celtics in 7. That's with or without Porzingis. I had Celtics going and beating the Mavericks in 7. Although the Mavericks they're a tough team, man. And that duo of Kyrie and Luca is absolutely phenomenal. The way they feed off each other and play get with each other, whether it's on the ball, off the ball, whatever the case may be, they're killing it. And the rest of that team is just fitting into their roles perfectly. I said it last time, the way they're coached is like amazing, especially in these playoffs. So it's not going to be an easy series. I think we're in for a treat as fans because these are two really good teams. But man, yeah, I got Celtics in 7.
I'm
Although, like Haciel
surprised.
said, I do hate all things Boston as well.
I'm
But
surprised.
yeah.
Super surprised.
I would love to see the Mavericks win because I'm a big Jason Kidd fan. I would love to see him get
Word.
a ring as a coach. But my head is telling me Celtics are going to win this series.
Hmm.
And I don't think it will be in 7. I do think it'll be in 6. But I'll be rooting for the Mavericks, man. You know?
Okay. Well, so with this series, there's a lot of interesting things to look forward to. The Porzingis coming back news, as Hasiel touched base on that previously, is huge. Um, Even though Al Horford has been shooting amazing these playoffs, he's actually done a great job, um, spacing the floor for them. And he's also a better defender in the perimeter than Porzingis. So it's going to be interesting what's going to happen because a lot of things that Luka and Kyrie they love to do is run a pick and roll run that switch and have the big man have to play isolation defense on them in the perimeter, like they did with Rudy Gobert a lot in the last series. So I feel like they're gonna do that a lot with Porzingis. So they're definitely gonna like. I could see Kyrie dancing around this. Like it's gonna be. I don't know. Like the Celtics' communication defensively has to be really, really disciplined. So another thing, the Mavs, they have also got a huge addition. They obviously he's not as talented as Porzingis, but he's still very important to this team, who's Maxi Kleber. He came back last series, and this is a dude that could actually space the floor for them. He's a big man that can shoot the three. So whenever Kyrie or Luka decides to run pick and roll and drive, now the defense has to pick their poison. Like, crap, do I go and cover? Do I stay on Kleber or do I help out? If I help out, like maybe the other defender that's on the block, is he gonna come and try to play defense on whoever Luka or Kyrie, whoever decides to drive? If they do that, they'll throw the lob to this guy. What's their center's name? I've been saying his name all for a few episodes now. Is it Gabbard?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. I blanked out.
Gafford?
Gafford?
I feel like it's yeah.
Daniel Gafford, I think.
Yeah.
But him and Derek Lively, like those two guys are gonna be big in this series as well. The good thing about the Celtics, they have a lot of good perimeter defenders. They have Tatum, Brown, Derek White, and Drew Holiday. So they have a lot of bodies they can throw at these prolific ball handlers and prolific scorers. But I feel like this is the kind of series that's gonna go to 7 games. And I feel like the Mavericks got 2 closers in their team. And I feel like if it does get to game 7, I will lean towards the Mavs pulling it off. I could see Kyrie hitting a step back 3, a la what he did with the Cavaliers in Golden State, which was the best game 7 I've ever seen in my life. I could see that happening again. So I mean, maybe I'm just like, this is what I'm hoping for as a fan, but that's what I see. I got the Mavs in 7.
Yeah, I agree. I also want to piggyback on what you said, Lulu. Want to mention, I think Jason Kidd's like an underrated coach. I think he's been getting better and learning from his past mistakes. And I'm also a Jason Kidd fan, so I definitely hope that the Mavericks can figure it out.
Definitely.
I think it's gonna be an amazing series.
Yeah, we're in for a treat with this series, man. I'm excited. I'm very, very excited. I think I don't think we're gonna see like blowouts in this series at all. I think they're gonna be either like shootouts or like good defensive games going on. But we're in for a real good treat, man.
Should we predict who would be Finals MVP?
We can.
I'll start it off. I would say for me it's between Kyrie or Luka. I would say Kyrie.
Okay, so you have the Celtics winning, but you got Kyrie winning the MVP.
No. I would love it if the Mavericks win.
Okay.
But I think the smart bet would be the Celtics. But if it goes the Mavericks way, then Kyrie. Yes.
And if it goes the Celtics way?
If the Celtics win?
I really don't know. I would like to see Tatum shut everybody up.
I like that.
Yeah, and maybe have a monster series. So it'll be him if it's the Celtics. Yeah.
Okay.
This is the time to prove it. Prove the doubters wrong. This is it right here.
Yeah.
Him and Brown, really.
I want to see Kyrie cook everybody. You get 20, you getting 20, you getting 20. That's what I want to see.
I would go with Tatum MVP if the Celtics win it.
Yeah.
Like Cesar said, this is it, dude. I've been saying it. They have the most talented. This is the most talented Celtics roster he's been on, in my opinion.
Yeah.
This is it, man.
I could also see Brown winning it if the Celtics win.
He's been balling these
Yeah,
playoffs.
he has.
he's been kind of carrying them a bit.
He won the MVP in the Eastern
Mhm.
Conference Finals. So
Yeah, which is why I think Jason Tatum has to win the NBA Finals MVP if they were to win it. I think he has to. Excuse me. He
Step
has to
up.
do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is,
Yeah.
when you say
'Cause he-
Celtics, it's Jason Tatum. He's the face of the
Yeah.
team. As
And
good
if-
as Jaylen Brown is.
If he chokes, they definitely gonna lose.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I'm curious to see what Dallas is gonna do defensively against Brown and Tatum. That's gonna be interesting. That's the part that I'm most worried about.
Yeah. Well, Luca and Kyrie have been stepping up their defense too. So
They have.
I'm not gonna doubt them. This is time to eat right now. So I'm excited. Just a few more days.
So we all have it at least 6 games or 7. Or...
Yeah,
I
Yeah.
have it at 6.
I got 7.
I could see both teams stealing a home game.
I'm telling you right now, game 1 is a must-win for Boston. I feel.
It sets the tone. I think it'll set the tone.
I think
They're playing at Boston, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
starts off.
Ooh, damn. Yeah, come on,
And
Mavericks.
another reason why I have the Mavs is because Luka thrives on the road. I don't know if you have noticed, but these Dallas Mavericks, they thrive. They're just a more well put together team on the road. Like they're more, I see a different focus in them.
Not just that, but they feed off the the home crowd when they're the visitors. Like they
And
feed
Boston-
off of that, bro.
And
They
Boston
went-
has one of the rowdiest crowds in the
Yep.
NBA. So
They
get
went through in
ready. You're gonna
Minnesota.
hear some curse words in Slovenia you never heard in your life.
I can't wait for Kyrie to shut them up.
They won 3 in Minnesota, right? In the last series?
Yeah, I think so.
I believe so.
Yeah, got that dog in him.
It's gonna be exciting, man.
Speaking of Kyrie, guess who misses him?
LeBron James.
LeBron James. I don't know if saw. I think on today's episode or on a recent episode, Mind the Game, the JJ Redick and LeBron podcast. They were talking about LeBron was mentioning how he was proud of Kyrie and misses him and thinks he's one of the most what was the word he'd use? Spectacular?
Was it gifted or something like that?
Well, he basically
does-
said he was a bomb. He's a man.
Yeah, he definitely said he's an amazing wild card to have. Like
Yeah.
he's compared him to like
A
having
draw
a draw
four.
4, and
Yeah.
which is pretty neat.
Yeah.
So comparison.
I wish Kyrie would have stayed healthy and would have played throughout those years. Because I feel like that was kind of not that it was his prime, because he's probably in his prime now, but just statistically, when you look at his stats, you'll be like, oh, he's one of the greatest players ever, but the stats won't really be there. You had to had watch him. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
But
Like
yeah.
like his Uncle Strickland, Ross Strickland. I think wasn't he injured a few years too, if I'm not mistaken. Or...
Who?
Oh. Ron Strickland.
So yeah,
think
I
he
think
was
I think
there.
it's cool. I think it's cool that LeBron
Watch
you
them
know,
highlights, Asio.
is praising him. I definitely will. Is praising Kyrie. From the media perspective, from their days back in Cleveland, it always looked like he was always trying to prop them up and uplift him. Even though the media try to make him beef and stuff like that, and then all the trade rumors that led to Kyrie leaving the Cavs. It sucks. I think that is what happens in those industries because it kind of happened with Shaq and Kobe too. Only time it didn't really happen was the Bulls, LeBron, Michael Jordan, Pippen. They were able to figure it out. I think because Pippen took minimum wage salary or whatever it was to stay.
Minimum wage salary.
Yeah, he got shorted. Um, but yeah, I think it was dope. I love this redemption for Kyrie. Um, I wish we could see them play together again, to be honest, one way or another. Doubt it's gonna happen. It'll probably just happen like in the All-Star games, but we cool. Growing up, like looking back now, like the years have flown by, man. It's been like a good over 5-10 years since they played in those finals. Um, and it's crazy how fast time is going by. And next thing you know, Kyrie's gonna be retiring, LeBron's gonna be retiring, and then that's it. Now got to look out for the new blood.
Ronnie
Yeah.
James. Nah, but
Yeah.
LeBron and Kyrie were a great duo in their own right, man. And it's kind of recreated now with Luca, who's I think Cesar calls him like the mini LeBron. So having that that partner next to you that is very similar to the dude who helped you win that first NBA championship, that's pretty dope. But yeah, it would have been cool to see them stick together, LeBron and Kyrie, see what more they could have done. But we'll never know now.
They remind me of anime characters. Like some Naruto shit. Because before LeBron was basically like the mentor figure to Kyrie.
Yeah.
Now Kyrie's the mentor figure to Luca, and like
Yeah.
guy that has a similar style to LeBron. Like, oh, I used to play with a guy with your style, some anime shit.
Yeah. That's fire.
But yeah, I love that duo, man. Like it's hard not to root for Luca and Kyrie right now. I'm loving everything I'm seeing from them. I am torn because I feel like Boston is better than what people give them credit for. But, somebody's got to lose. Somebody's got to lose,
Yeah. They will get tested for sure, I hope. Because they had like a semi-smooth ride to the finals.
That's why I say game 1 is a must.
Yeah. They need to start off on the right foot.
Because they have not faced any adversity. So if they come back from a game 1 loss, I'm going to be highly impressed. Highly, highly impressed.
I know you guys mentioned that the crowd will be a factor.
Yeah.
But then we bring up the fact that the Boston crowd hates Kyrie Irving. And maybe he might feed off of that.
Not just him, but Luca too.
Well, I would say Kyrie as well because you said Kyrie as well because he used to be a Celtic and he promised he would sign with them again and ended up going to the Nets. So they hate him.
Yeah, the crowd is gonna go crazy at Kyrie. It's gonna be interesting how the Dallas Mavericks his teammates respond to that. It reminds me of that time when the Warriors lost Game 3 in Boston, and the Boston crowd was giving it to Draymond, like with no remorse. And Steph Curry was like, I bet. He came back next game and torched them. In Draymond's name, he torched them. Dropped like 50. And I saw a version of Curry I've never seen before. Honestly, that was my favorite Curry game I've seen. That game 4, it reminded me of like when LeBron did that to Boston in game 6.
Ooh. Yeah.
It was like that kind of feel. Like he was just playing angry and focused, and it was just a diff. So I'm curious to see if we're gonna have a Luka game like that in this series.
He's gonna have one.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, he's gonna have one.
Mm-hmm.
Game 1.
Waste no time.
Speaking of all these folks, what do you think about? I hear rumors of JJ Redick becoming the Lakers coach. What are your thoughts?
I think it was expected at this point.
Yeah.
I think it was the cards have kind of been laid out. We've kind of been seeing little breadcrumbs and hints and all this other stuff here and there. What's kind of funny to me is LeBron has this podcast with JJ, having it while he's still being coached by Darvin Ham and all this stuff, which is like, damn, bro, were you interviewing your coach while being coached?
Wait, isn't there no conflict of interest or anything like that?
It'll be interesting to see if they continue the podcast.
Yeah.
Now as like player coach.
Now,
Mm.
I also read, I think, are the Lakers getting a first round pick in this year's draft?
Yeah, the Pelicans own their first, but they can decide to take it next year.
So I could see them aligning to maybe select Bronny and then
It's
have
like
JJ coach Ronnie.
I think it's like the 25th pick, if I'm not mistaken, or something like that. It's in the 20s,
But honestly, I think JJ got what it takes. He's been around. He's been coached by some of the greats himself, and he's played with some of the greatest. So I could see, because LeBron likes getting people rings, like his coaches rings. I could see him trying to get JJ a ring also. So I would love that signing. I just think that they might need some time because that team needs some help. I don't know what they're gonna do, but they need to trade like D'Angelo Russell and maybe Anthony Davis. I don't know. I know I would if I was a fan. Well, maybe not really, because he had like his best year last year.
Yeah,
Played the most games.
I wouldn't let go of AD.
I would see like what I could get though. Like if I could get like a haul, a nice haul, I would see. But yeah, go JJ.
Yeah, had me thinking about a comment though. Would they continue the podcast? That's interesting. Like that would be the first player coach active podcast. And I wonder what they're gonna decide to do. I know that if this was like maybe 10 years ago or 20 years ago, it would be out the question. But now in the times that we're living on, I don't know. You think other players or other teammates are gonna feel a certain type of way about it, or am I reading too much into the stuff?
No, I mean, that's a valid point, I think. I think also, if they do continue the podcast, what are they going to talk about? Like, I know they talk about, like, but like, they do X's and O's and things like that. Like, are they giving away their own plays? Are they game planning and playing mind games with the opponent by throwing out these, like, random plays?
Wow.
This can get interesting.
They could do a lot of things too with it.
But it's weird because I feel like they started this pod to educate the public, not dumb it down for us. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what they. It is going to be interesting because I know LeBron was not trying to give away too much. He was actively playing in the playoffs, so they found a way to finesse their way into still saying a lot but not saying enough type thing. So we'll see. It's definitely interesting. JJ Redick definitely, I believe he does deserve a coaching job. The way that this transpired, it's not the best look, but maybe it happened organically. Who knows? You know, sometimes the stars just align, and you would hope these things happen like this, but we are in the speculation podcast, so we're not going to think that we're going to. We're going to take the worst case scenario always. That's how we do it
here. Speaking of speculating, so Stephen A. Smith found himself in the news. Some pretty intense stuff, a little back and forth between him and Monica McNutt, who's a really good NBA analyst, well, basketball analyst in general. She's dope. She does the Knicks games as well, and does a phenomenal job doing that as well. But they got into a little back and forth regarding the WNBA and Caitlin Clark, which has been a hot topic this whole season with the WNBA and even going back to college, with Caitlin Clark kind of catapulting and being at the forefront of people following women's basketball now. So I don't know if you guys got to hear any of the clips and things like that, but I'd be interested to see what you guys thought about that back and forth of that exchange.
Okay, well, so I did see part of it. I'm not sure if I got the full clip because I didn't see it while it was happening live. So I had to kind of see what videos other people posted online. But it seemed to me like what Monica was trying to say, and she explained more of this in the Club Shay Shay podcast. Well, actually, in the not Club Shay Shay, in Nightcap, Ocho Cinco.
Yeah.
She explained herself, so I guess that context right there helped me out a lot to see where she was coming from. Is she was basically just saying like, yes, like. So first off, for viewers that are not too familiar with the situation, so Caitlin Clark, she I believe somebody was like in the foul line, and then she just got bum rushed, and like
Yeah, she got clobbered.
right, like it didn't like clearly she was not going for the ball at all. It was not a basketball play, and because of Caitlin Clark's name and her brand, and a lot of people say her race, she it's viewed as like it was like a hateful act. Like if it's viewed like it was hating. And I don't know what it was, but I agree that it's definitely there's no place for that in the sport. But what Monica was trying to say was like she feels like they're kind of dragging it in the media a little bit because if it was like in a men's sport or whatever, like it's kind of normal to try to like go after a star player and show them that that they're not about to come here and embarrass us. So that competitive nature is actually pretty normal. What's going on with Caitlin? But the media is kind of pushing this narrative that it's like overly excessive. But in her eyes, it seems like it's only been like maybe 3% of stuff that's been overly excessive. Like she agreed that play in particular was wrong, but the other stuff she just felt like the media was kind of dragging it. And then Stephen A, I don't know what he was talking about previously, but he just starts saying like nobody talks about women's basketball or WNBA more than First Take, and I'm just there like, but what does this have to do with what she was just saying right now? Like, I don't know, I just didn't understand it. So again, maybe I should watch the whole episode to see what he was coming from.
It's because she said that no disrespect, Stephen A, with your platform, you could have been talking more about the WNBA.
Right, that was her rebuttal to Stephen A saying no one talks about
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was her rebuttal to that.
Oh, well, I thought it was the other way around. My bad. Okay.
Like she was like, respectfully, you could have been saying this 3 years ago. That's what she said.
And then he was like, wow.
Like Molly and him had the same facial expression. It was funny. Like they have memes online.
And then Molly's like trying to cut the commercial, and then Stephen A just trying to get his shit off.
even Shannon Sharp was trying to cut the commercial. He was taking Molly's job. He was like, all right, we're gonna cut a commercial.
Oh my god, it was funny.
It was highly entertaining, definitely. I hope they're good.
Yeah, no, he spoke about it on his podcast, and he said that there's no hard feelings or whatever, but he just disagrees with her.
Yeah, okay. And she was on the show today too.
Yeah,
I respect that. Agree to disagree,
Yeah.
Stephen A always finds himself in some stuff, man.
Yeah, he's provocative.
Huh? Stephen A, he's always finding himself in something.
Yeah. He does, but I'm sure when you get to a level of status that he does, it's gonna come with the territory. Sometimes it is self-inflicted, but sometimes it's not. What do you think
You like
about it,
that?
Roberto? Like what you felt about?
No, I mean, I think it's good, first of all, that they kind of kept it. They didn't allow it to get too personal.
Yes.
Because at the end of the day, they still respect each other and on the personal side and work wise. But I think at first, I mean, even just listening to it yesterday, the two clips, it seemed like Stephen A misunderstood what Monica was trying to say. And he kind of just jumped into his own soliloquy, to use his own word. And it kind of took off from there. Yeah, it just kind of took off from there. Social media took it. And then I think his response on the podcast, on his show, was kind of weird because he almost made it seem like, oh, I made these women, like the Monica McNutt, Janae, all these women that show up on First Take.
Oh, he took that angle?
Yeah. And then, he went on First Take and cleared it up and said, no, it's not that I'm saying like I made ya. It's more like, because he's the executive producer of First Take, he's opened the door for them to show up on these shows and all this stuff. So he kind of cleared it up after 3 tries, which is crazy.
That'll work for us, Chief.
Yeah.
Go back out there and say something else.
Yeah, but social media took it by storm and was like, because he mentioned like the Jamel Hills of the world, all that stuff. So they got kind of.
He mentioned Jamel Hill?
Yeah, like because she was on his show a bunch of times, and then she got her own show with Michael Smith, and it was a whole thing, bro. If you haven't listened to it, definitely listen to like his response on the show, along with Monica's on the nightcap and all that stuff, and then today's thing. He posted it, today's clip. So
okay, I already saw nightcap. I saw some of what transpired. I need to see Stephen A's his explanation on his own show.
Yeah,
and clearing it up on the other show.
Maybe he planned it that way. To be continued.
Multiverse.
Maybe. It's one of those things. It reminds me of like when you're like in a relationship and you're trying to explain something. But then the more you explain, the more you just start digging yourself more to the ground. So you're like, crap, now how the hell do I get out of here? That's what it's sounding to me right now.
Yeah. Zulu, any news on WWE that you'd like to share?
Quick question, Zulu. My bad.
What happened? No, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say there's a lot of storylines being built in WWE. Which one should we be looking forward to? Like, what do you think is
There are 2.
It doesn't matter what you think.
It really doesn't.
Oh man.
There are 2 storylines. The first one, Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan's revenge tour. She already injured the woman that had injured her previously. She took her championship. Now she tries to take her man, Dominic Mysterio. Dominic Mysterio, whether you guys know it or not, is Rey Mysterio Jr.'s son. Rey Mysterio is a Hall of Famer. Congrats to him. She's basically coming on to him, and it looks like he wants nothing to do with it. But you could catch a smile a couple times, like he's enjoying the attention. So what I think happens is Rhea Ripley, the woman who Liv Morgan injured. When Rhea Ripley comes back, I think Dominic will turn on her and fully embrace Liv Morgan.
Wow.
And the other storyline, AJ Styles was about to retire after a phenomenal career. And he actually retired. And he brought out Cody Rhodes, and it was all just a fluke, all just a plan to beat up Cody Rhodes and become #1 contender for his championship. I personally don't want to see another AJ Styles match with Cody Rhodes because we all know what the outcome is going to be.
Hater.
Yeah, I know Cesar himself says he'll take that match any day of the week because
That's
they
right.
put on a great match together. And those are the two storylines I think. Well, and also the Bloodline storyline, but yeah, that's whatever. Those are two storylines you guys should be looking out for.
Okay, okay. Um, who I think is it Drew McIntyre is facing Damian Priest for the title soon?
Yeah, and Clash at the Castle. They're I always get this wrong. I think they're gonna be in Scotland.
Yes, they are.
Yes, and Drew McIntyre is Scottish, so
Mhm.
he's gonna have the hometown crowd
Mm.
for him. I think Damian Priest wins this match.
Oh wow.
I someone told me, well, not someone, Cesar told me that he thinks that
Give that man his credit.
I'm gonna give Cesar the credit. Yes, Cesar thinks that Drew McIntyre maybe shouldn't win the title right now. He should focus on his feud with CM Punk. And I thought a lot about that, and I think you're right, Cesar.
Hey man, I just been watching this for a long time and I see certain patterns and I could be wrong though. But I think that's the direction the company's gonna take.
Yes,
But we'll see. We're in the Paul Levesque era, whatever that means.
whatever that means, you said.
Yeah, whatever that means. I'm still trying to figure it out.
It's about developing young talent. It's about storylines. He's just doing a great job. Him and Nick
Is that
Khan.
is Dominic Mysterio would you like to be in his position right now? I mean, he has a wife, a girlfriend, and a side chick.
And aside,
A lot of headaches, probably. So he has 3 women, right?
yeah, 3 women: a wife in real life, a girlfriend on Raw, and a side chick on Raw.
Sounds
That's a
like a
good position to be in. Everybody hates him for some reason. I don't.
Hey,
Everybody boos him all the time. I don't know.
nah, I think Dominic is gonna be a star for a while.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say that he's playing his role. I mean, whether he's playing or not, you don't even know anymore. But he's doing it so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he's really feeding into whatever role he's taking on, and he's carrying it off camera per se, like quote unquote off camera,
Hmm.
which
He doesn't
is
even need to be in a match. I don't remember the last time
Yeah,
he
I
fought
think
anybody.
Seriously?
Seriously, I think he's injured right now. He's doing all this. He,
That's cool. He
he
milking
stay
it.
relevant. Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
that's smart. You gotta do it. You gotta get your money one way or another, right?
By
uh,
anybody that wants to watch it, Clash at the Castle will be on February. Not February. I'm so sorry. June 15th, Saturday. I don't know
you,
what time.
15th. Okay, got it.
June 15th. Yeah. I don't know
Yeah.
what time.
I mean, if it's gonna be in Europe, right? Scotland is in Europe, right?
Yeah.
We're going from the speculation podcast to the geography podcast.
Yeah, Scotland is in Europe.
Okay.
Yeah, gonna be a time difference.
Yeah, so probably early in the day.
I won't be able to watch it live, but I'll definitely I'll avoid all spoilers and watch it at night.
Okay.
To kind of piggyback off what Lulu said about, well, both of you guys talking about the Paul Levesque era and young talent on the rise. There was a fight scheduled between Mike Tyson and Jake Paul. Obviously, that got canceled. Mike Tyson had a medical emergency, all that stuff. I don't know if they've announced a new date yet. I haven't seen one. I think they haven't yet, but What are your thoughts on that just in general? Mike Tyson getting in the ring, and it's supposed to be like an official fight counting against their professional record. What do you
I,
guys think about Mike Tyson getting back in the ring?
I want to see it.
Me too. Yeah.
I think he got that dog in him. I just like if he properly trains, right? But like he's probably like what, twice his age at this point?
Tyson
Like,
is 57, I believe.
and Jake Paul's what, maybe 30? I don't know.
Late 20s, early 30s, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah. From what I've seen before, because he's been kind of doing some amateur boxing, Mike Tyson. He looked like he can still hang a little bit.
Jake Paul is 27, just for
Yeah.
reference.
And Jake Paul, even though he's big, he can fight. Not saying that he can't. He might not be the most technical yet, even though he got some moves. And Mike Tyson's been doing this literally like his entire life, like fighting for survival type of stuff. So I kind of want to see him put the brakes on him, beat the brakes off him. Hopefully, that's what I want to see. I don't want him to get embarrassed because that would just be a bad look. Um, yeah, just I hope it's competitive. Like I can see Jake Paul making it competitive, but I want to see Tyson maybe rock him and put him to sleep. So like he used to do, just his old signature. I don't know if you know that he used to do like jump squats, not jump squats, like squats like down to the ground and like uppercut and all one quick movement, like all that power that he would generate from doing that. Like I want to see him just ow, uppercut and just knock him
But
out.
like Ryu and Ken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was a beast, bro. That's how he used to knock people out. That was his training. Like it's crazy. I don't know if y'all seen him train, but
Yeah,
that
Mike
dude,
Tyson's training, even at this age, is impressive to watch.
yeah, he's a real street fighter.
It
Like
is.
And
he's
he's
ball rock or whatever.
and he's still quick.
Yeah, that's the thing
Yeah,
too. His hands is still there.
his hand speed still looks intact. It's a
What?
different story when you're in the ring, though. But we'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody got a strategy until they get punched, right? His
That's
own
it.
his own quote.
Yeah.
I wonder his own reaction time though. Like, will he be able to dodge and put his hands up against Jake Paul?
Or even
That's
his
what I'm.
recovery.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about too. Like his reaction time. Um,
If he gets hit, can he keep going?
Yeah, like is he
I,
gonna get the wind knocked out of him on one of those body shots?
yeah, Mike Tyson is so technically sound, probably over Jake, that he might be able to, you know, catch him by surprise. Will it be enough? I don't know. I think like the last thing that leaves you is your power. So
Mm-hmm.
so maybe Mike might surprise Jake with a nice combination, a nice punch, nice form. But Jake seems to be improving each fight. He's definitely a dangerous fight because he's like 30 years younger, and he's still going into his man's body. So,
Mm-hmm.
and he's probably working on his hand speed as well a lot, especially for this fight.
Mm-hmm.
So it's definitely a dangerous fight, to be honest, for both fighters. I'm surprised they're gonna make this fight official. I didn't want this to be in Mike Tyson's resume. I don't think it needs to be in his resume.
I thought the same thing.
It only benefits Jake, really. This
Yeah.
resume. Say I have Mike in the resume, but you know, Mike. I don't know. I mean, but hey, if he said yes to this, you know, must be because he still has that fire. You know,
And the
maybe
bag that he's getting too, probably.
That too.
is the bag that much?
I don't know. Jake Paul makes a good amount.
And the intrigue of Tyson too. That's gonna sell.
I guess it's enough for Mike to be like, oh yeah, let's do this. So
Well, I
it's
hope they're
exciting
just
though. It's gonna be
yeah.
exciting. It's gonna be on Netflix, I think, right? It's supposed to be on
Yeah.
Netflix Live.
Netflix, yeah.
I think
I
it's gonna
was
be an
wa-
exciting event. Lulu, after you go, I'll go. But I had a question.
Okay. No. Ask the question first.
Is that yo me iba a ir para otro lado. I was gonna go somewhere
All
else.
right.
Yeah.
I was watching The Hangover the other day. Remember the scene where Tyson knocked out Zach Galifianakis?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, dude still got it. But then I got to remember that was in 2009, so I don't know.
15 years ago, yo. That's wild.
Man.
Yeah. But I heard that Jake Paul's going to be looking for another fighter to fight. So it's not, for now. And I'm not sure.
Oh, to replace that fight in the meantime, kind of.
That fight in the meantime, yep.
Interesting.
Ryan Garcia said he'll step up. Mike can't go.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't
I
know.
know.
Yeah.
All right, so your questions, Hazel?
Nah, because Roberto sent something interesting in the chat. I think it was earlier or yesterday, but what sporting event will you guys choose to go to if you only had one pick? There was a lot of them, but I'm gonna name a few for context. A Game 7 of an NBA Finals, Game 7 of a World Series, a top boxing event, like a boxing fight. I think we have the Final Four in the NCAA for men's and women's.
Yeah.
The FIFA World Cup, the finals. And Wimbledon final. What was the other one?
Super Bowl and the Olympics.
Super Bowl and the Olympics, yes. So, like, if you guys had to choose one event, which one would y'all pick?
If I had to pick from the list that you just gave, it would be World Series Game 7. But if I could add my own events, I would pick WrestleMania.
That's a good one too.
Oh, that is a great.
Yeah.
I would think personally, I think I would enjoy more or most probably an NBA final game 7 in person. That shit would be electric. Then second place would probably be the Super Bowl.
Bro, I'm thinking about the way the World Cup final would feel.
Yeah.
With the crowd going crazy. Yo.
Yeah.
To experience that must be insane, bro.
Soccer World Cup, yeah.
Yeah, like, yo. That stadium must be shaking.
Yeah.
Nonstop. I don't know, man. I'm thinking about it that way. Like, obviously, for me, I would love to see Game 7 of a World Series. I don't care who's playing at that point. Game 7 of the World Series is like, that's it for me. But experience, like to say, like, oh, I experienced this.
Dang, yeah, that's a good one. I didn't expect that one, actually. That's a good one.
The Stanley Cup, I forgot to mention, but yeah, Game 7 of a Stanley Cup.
Yeah.
Damn. Roberto threw me off with that World Cup. I think I might have to. Yeah, man. It's gonna be difficult to top that. But a top boxing fight would be crazy too.
Yeah.
Imagine like a fight that you really, really want to see, that the world has been dying to see, and then we finally get it. That atmosphere must be insane pre-fight. Like that must be like just remember that adrenaline we used to have whenever there was like a school fight or whatever. Like even though like you be at peace, you just want peace for the world and stuff. You just going about your business, going to class. But for some reason, when a fight is about to pop up, that adrenaline comes out of you. Like, oh, shit, like whatever, I want to see this. Imagine that, but on steroids, So I don't know. A top boxing event would be cool. I think I would choose that one.
A good one. Like a heavyweight fight.
Yeah, imagine those Mike Tyson fights with Lennox Lewis or Holyfield. Imagine that atmosphere, how it was. But that World Cup, though, I
Yeah.
think that one takes the cake.
Yeah.
Imagine being in the Argentina and France game
Bro.
with Messi there. A Messi game is a spectacle, bro. And then they're doing it in the World Cup final.
The biggest global stage. Crazy,
Yeah,
man.
that's big. Yeah, be like earth shaking pretty much.
But then the NBA Finals Game 7 too. I'll be thinking about that Cavaliers and Warriors Game 7 all the time. Wonder how crazy that whole game must have been to be in there.
Yeah, I think that's probably like the most recent one, right? That game 7. I can't think of another final game 7 right now.
Can
Jordan
you
never had
imagine,
one.
like,
I think the Bucks won the game.
can you imagine Madison Square Garden Game 7?
Huh.
Exactly. Exactly.
Imagine afterwards. Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness. The Instagram videos.
Yo, nobody's sleeping that night,
Nah, that week.
basically.
The Knicks have an interesting offseason.
They do. A lot of decisions. There's been a lot of like Julius Randle, should they trade him? A lot of these proposals going out there. I don't like that, man.
Yeah, I want to see them because with him, when they were playing with him, they were like one of the best teams too.
Yeah.
So I kind of want to see them play this last year and see where they could go. Give them one more year.
I think they got to re-sign OG. That's a guarantee. And when he played, I think they were like 23-9 after they got him, which is insane because he does so much on the defensive end of the floor. So I want to see that team run it. I would run it back and see what you can do healthy.
Yeah, exactly. Give everybody 2-year deals or something like prove it deals, and then if y'all don't work out after this year, trade y'all or extend y'all. I don't know. I hope they keep that core together though.
Yeah.
It was
They will.
exciting to see them play this year. They look like they got something going, you know. Just keep it together, let them come back together or whatever. Because I don't see them getting any much better players to the trade right now, unless they do package deals. Get Kevin Durant or something.
That's what I was gonna say. Bring it back to Irvin's comment a few episodes back. KD maybe becoming available, ending up with the Knicks. That'll be something.
Do you think they trade Julius Randle and draft picks for KD?
I think they have to, salary wise.
Yeah,
If
I
that were
mean,
the case.
that would probably be like the only move I would make. But KD's old too. I don't know. He's not as young as he used to be.
Well, the Knicks are not the New York team I thought we would be speaking about. I thought we would probably be talking about the New York Yankees, who are in first place right now. I don't want to say too much.
I don't want to
because-
jinx him.
Yeah, but I just wanted to point that out. They do have the best record in the major leagues. Statistically wise, they are doing amazing. Pitching wise, they're doing great, even though they don't have their ace.
That's crazy.
He
And they
started
have
his
the best 1-2 punch in the league right now.
Garrett Cole started his rehab assignment. I think he went 3 2/3, throwing 96, 97 in his first rehab start, which is a good sign. He felt good after. We'll see tomorrow and the day after how he bounces back. But my only thing, I hope he doesn't rush it. Take your time. Breathe
Yeah,
good.
come back for the playoffs.
I mean, I wouldn't say all that.
I wouldn't.
But
Honestly, the way the Yankees are playing right now, I wouldn't even want him to come in this season. Just
nah, sure.
just come for the playoffs. Come in like the last month of the year. Get your feel for the game. And in the playoffs, either come into like the bench or whatever as a relief pitcher or closer. I
That's
wouldn't.
wild.
Yeah, I wouldn't even. I wouldn't. Yo, imagine, bro.
I do agree they shouldn't rush him back, but I wouldn't go.
Yeah, nah, chill. Garrett Cole wouldn't allow that either way.
Man, if you try and win some rings, man, sometimes you gotta try some things out of the box.
Man, you
He'll be
might be.
back. He'll be
That's
back soon.
the things we've been trying before haven't worked for us. So, but this year we don't gotta play Houston, so that's a plus.
Yeah, they actually lost one of their top line starters to Tommy John. It was announced, I think, today.
Damn, that sucks.
Yeah, I hate that. But back to the Yankees. Jason Dominguez, another one. He looks like he's coming up to MLB soon. They're
Nice.
gonna have to do the obvious move is Trent Grisham either gets DFA'd, gets sent down, some type of trade to a team who needs a center fielder, like the Atlanta Braves, perhaps. They need an outfielder, so I could see that happening. Dominguez coming up. How they balance out the roster now, because Dominguez does need everyday at bats. TBD, but it's a good problem for the Yankees to have. And I'm excited for this kid to come back. Switch hitting, power hitter. The dude's gonna be a beast. And to touch on Cesar's point too, Aaron Judge, who everyone was worried about, there was one dude on Twitter saying they should send Aaron Judge down to the minor leagues at one point. The dude just had one of the greatest months of all time in the month of May. And the only reason Juan Soto may not win MVP, who's my MVP pick, is because Aaron Judge is not human. Dude is the best player in baseball. I'm happy to debate that if people want to debate it, but it's not. You're going to lose that argument because Aaron Judge is doing things that nobody has done in recent memory. And that 1-2 punch with him and Soto, best in the league. You got to give Juan Soto a blank check, stay there for life. That could be one of the best 1-2 punches of all time.
Yeah, well, it's good. Go ahead, Lulu.
I was gonna say, well, good for you guys being Yankee fans, while I gotta suffer over here being a freaking Mets fan.
You don't gotta suffer. Come join us.
No, man. Fuck the Yankees, man.
Well, they won today, Lulu.
You live closer to Yankee Stadium. I'm just saying.
Thanks for sharing my location.
Go edit that out.
Nah, I've been born. I was born into the Mets fandom. I can't betray them now.
I'm so sorry for that.
It's a terrible decision to make. Didn't the Mets recently one of their players said that the first team he got thrown out the game and he cursed the team. Well, he's like the best of the worst fucking team or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
And then he doubled down on it.
So he did clarify. He did say he was the worst teammate, but
I mean, both things can be true.
Yeah,
there we go. Yeah. He got DFA the next day, right?
Yeah, they cut his ass.
Yeah.
I will say this: David Stearns, who's your GM, I believe that's his name. I know it's Stearns, but he manages that roster like he's playing MLB The Show, because I have never seen a team sign dudes and DFA them because they're not performing as much as I've seen this year. Maybe it does happen, and it's just more like notable because it's a New York team, big market.
Yeah.
But this dude does not. He just makes roster moves. He's like, nah, this ain't working. Let me switch this up. Which is kind of interesting to see because you don't see that often or hear about it often. But I guess he's just trying to find the right pieces to what's left of this puzzle.
He's young too. He's young, so maybe he just has a different approach to the more traditional GMs.
Yeah, he's aggressive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Sucks for y'all Mets fans out there. Better luck next year. You learn something from the Yankees.
I think they still have a bright future. A bright future.
Honestly, though, they're still in the race. Like, they just got to get on a winning streak.
I believe they're like 9 games under 500 right now.
Yeah, 9 or 10, something like that.
They're not.
They're fourth in their division, so they can,
Ridiculous.
you could pray and have faith and see how it goes in the next few months if they catch a winning streak.
And I just switched TV providers just so I can watch them. And look, this is what they
Damn,
do.
that's whack. You pay to watch your team lose.
Yes.
Oh man.
I'll give you this, Lulu. I respect you for sticking with your team because I'm
Yeah.
a Jets fan. We've been through misery. I'm a Knicks fan. We've been through even more misery.
Yep.
So I respect that you're not a bandwagon fan and you stick with your
Thank
team no matter what.
You're a
Thank
real
you.
one.
Yeah, they don't make a lot. They don't make them like anymore.
That's real.
And I don't think anyone suffers like I suffer when the Yankees are not good.
Yeah,
And y'all know this firsthand.
you're right.
Man.
Before we go, I mean, we've the new NFL rules. What do you guys think
You read my
about?
mind, bro, because I was going right there.
Okay.
I think it's good for the game.
Right?
Bring back Devin Hester.
So for context purposes, they are changing the rules up and making them more like the XFL rules and the kickoff and their main goal is to kind of so we could see more kickoff returns because I believe last year was like one of the lowest rates in kickoff returns.
A lot of touchbacks.
These kickers are just kicking the shit out of that ball, and it didn't matter if those 5 extra yards that they start in the 25-yard, fuck your 5 yards.
Yeah.
Go get that ball. Like they didn't care. So now they're just like, all right, we're gonna have to make this change. And I like it because I feel like now special teams becomes that much more important now.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be interesting to see what coaching moves are made, what strategies, and also seeing some of these amazing, especially these rookie talents and young players that they're usually the ones that are going to be returning these balls. I'm curious to see how they do. Like we're going to see more highlights. I'm sure we're going to see more returns for touch. It's going to be, I think it's going to be awesome it's going to definitely be more exciting.
Yeah, I hate it when they changed it in the first place. They took that element out the game, basically the kickoffs, because I understand the injuries because everybody's like gunning for somebody to tackle them and hurt them. So I understand that part. So they kind of changed it with this new alignment for the kickoff. But I definitely enjoy kickoffs.
Mhm.
Like even when I used to play football, like I would love returning the ball because like you get to show your athleticism and hopefully try to score, which gives teams more opportunities, right? I remember the Bears with Devin Hester. Bears had no offense, but Devin Hester on the kickoffs and the punt returns, he would create offense and they will win games, carry them to the Super Bowl.
Yep.
So like I love that that's now is coming back, It's gonna bring more enjoyment. We're gonna see, like you mentioned, we're gonna see younger talent return and hopefully increase the touchdowns and punt returns. So I'm excited for that. I know the Giants got one of those wide receivers. I don't know if they'll put him back there to return kickoffs, but usually that's what they would do. They'll put one of their talented like running backs, cornerbacks, or wide receivers to return.
Yeah.
And hopefully we see some exciting football.
Yeah, I mean, one of the most exciting plays is that opening kickoff, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like you want to see that being run back. It sets the tone for the fans. It sets the tone for us, for the game in general, especially like in a playoff game, the Super Bowl. But all we're getting is a bunch of touchbacks.
Yeah, people were just getting paid like to just chill, basically.
Those kickers had no remorse for that ball last year, bro. None.
But
Yeah.
it'll be dope. It's we're gonna see a lot of exciting plays, like you said. We're gonna see some fast dudes. Maybe we'll see Tyreek Hill return a couple here and there, and see his speed in action. Like,
Yo,
come on.
that'd be crazy.
Yeah.
I forgot about him.
Tyreek, imagine. I'm curious to see why they said no more surprise onside kicks. I wonder why they made that one.
Yeah, that was an interesting one.
Yeah. I think it
Unless
has to
they're
do
gonna
with the alignment that they're trying to do. I don't know.
either that or maybe there's some player safety concern with like dudes bum rushing out of the blue or something like that.
It could be a cheat code too.
Yeah, if they were to allow it, it'd probably be too easy.
It could be too much of a cheat code because of the alignment.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But
Damn.
that was interesting.
I can't wait. A few more months for football.
Yes. Yes.
We're halfway through the year. We got some interesting headlines. I don't think anything crazy has come up in June yet, but I guess we gotta wait and see.
Well, I don't. It's probably completely off topic. We could probably edit this out. I heard, The Dream, the singer.
Yes.
There's supposed to be like allegations coming up against him now, also, and his career might be done. So also,
Whoa.
so maybe we
Talk
could,
about dropping a bomb.
yeah, maybe we can like read more and discuss on the next pod, or just talk now. I don't know, whatever you want, but it's serious stuff like trafficking and all that. Also,
Wow.
yeah. So
Yeah, I definitely want to read up and
Yeah, I want to read up on it before I
yeah,
talk about it for sure.
but
That's
yeah,
crazy.
I heard about it today. I was like, what? The truth, the
What
bombs.
is going on this year, man?
Damn you, Cat Williams. Oh man. Right.
Take us home, bro.
yeah, Lulu, you want to take us home, bro?
I would like to say one thing, and then you can take us home. If you haven't already, I don't know what the hell you guys are doing. I'm talking to the fans. If you haven't already, listen to Eminem's Houdini. It is breaking fucking records out there. All right? It's breaking records. That's all I got to say.
Good stuff.
Thank you for that.
Sometimes you pop out and show.
On that note, everyone go listen to Houdini right now, or else Lulu's coming for you.
Right.
Thank you for tuning in. Continue to like, share, subscribe. We appreciate the support. Thank you so much for tuning in.
A good one, y'all.
Thank you.
Peace out.
So yeah.